what I'm offering is like a little tool, a little something just to have in your back pocket to hold on to, and I think it'll be very helpful. Hey, I'm Father Mark Mary with the Franciscan Friars of the Renewal, and this is Ascension Presents. The tool I'm going to offer is basically just how to really help yourself a little bit, have a hard conversation when you need to. Okay, so first of all, it's like just we're gonna lay two parts of groundwork. So number one, remember, right? As Christians, a primary call that we have is to be men and women of communion. It's the Lord who's saying like they're gonna know you actually by your love. And one of the greatest witnesses that we can offer to the world, and in contrast, one of the greatest scandals we can offer to the world is going to be either our unity in our communion or our lack thereof. And the reality is this, those of you who are in relationships, who have roommates, who are married, etc., what you're going to know is, again, like your spiritual life and your prayer and your discipleship are really, really important, like 100%. But they're not necessarily sufficient in their own if we can properly understand that. There are some very human tools and human capacities and human actions that we need to also be able to navigate and have this whole like sort of integrated, healthy spirituality that's integrated with a healthy humanity. And the fruit of this is going to be healthy relationships and communion. If either of them are off, the humanity, the spirituality, they're not integrated well, the community and the communion is going to struggle, okay? And so for us to be men and women of communion, we're going to need two things, right? Number one, we're going to need some courage. And number two, we're going to need some communication skills, right? So communication skills, there's some of the actions, the ability to enter into and have some conversations, which are a necessary part of kind of being of one mind and one heart. But often, right, they're hard. And they're uncomfortable. And so we need a little bit of courage. We need a little bit of courage. And how we can get that courage is going to be something we're going to kind of talk about. Number two is this, right? Courage is a little bit of an act of strength. One way to add a little strength to our character, or a little bit of courage where maybe we're timid, is to bring in another person to the situation, right? So I might be afraid to go and initiate this conversation with this person, but I need to do it. I need to do it because of some sort of tension or miscommunication. I need to apologize. I need to let them know how what they're doing is affecting me. And there might be part like, okay, I know I need to do that and I want to do it, but I'm afraid to do it. I'm afraid to do it. And I'm not strong enough on my own to do it. And yeah, we can pray to the Lord and ask Him for courage. But also what works well for me, because I have that same experience, what works well for me, it's just telling one other person. And so typically, I have a number of other brothers or sort of mentors in my life who I can go to regarding like a professional, a work situation, or a fraternal situation. And I can share with them, okay, here's the situation. Here's the conversation I need to have. Like, or I think I need to have, what do you think about it? Usually it's like, okay, you know what? The solution is to go and just have a little bit of a conversation. And again, there's an art to it. And what I'll tell them is like, okay, hey, so I'm just kind of committing to having this conversation by the end of the week. Like we'll check in next week. And just by having that other sort of accountability, that other sort of person who's in the situation, it really strengthens me. So now, you know, as you've experienced, like, right, you know, before you actually, hey bro, can we chat for a second? And there's like all of the anxiety and the freak out in the body and you know, like, but because like I have this other person with me in the situation who's going to check in on me, like, hey bro, like, can I get you for a second? Then we go, right? We have a conversation 99 times out of 100, just by sharing what's going on with me, by allowing them to share what's going on with you, we actually end up having an even deeper unity than we had before if we hadn't kind of gone through this little conflict or trouble before. So, my brothers and sisters, you are called to be men and women of communion. If you're married or you're going to enter into any sort of vocation that has a state of life, you're going to need to learn how to be a man or a woman of community with a healthy spirituality, a healthy humanity. A necessary part of that is going to be learning how to communicate and having the courage to do so. And what I'll just say is this, like what I have found has been of utmost help when I'm like really nervous or shy to go into one of these uncomfortable situations is just to get a little bit of insight and wisdom, but also support and accountability from another person. Like, we don't want to go into gossip. You don't have to spill everything, but just like, hey bro, like, I need to have this conversation by next week. Or you can even keep it very vague, like, hey, I need to have this difficult conversation because of this situation. Can we just check in next week to hold me accountable? And for me, that's never missed. So the invitation, like, hey, let's allow the Lord to show us where we need to have some of these conversations, ask for the courage, bring in some support, and let's grow as men and women of communion. Hopefully that's a nice little tool, a little sandwich, a little lob wedge, a little extra club in your bag, a little extra tool in your toolbox for the journey. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to being with you again next week. Remember, we are pilgrims on this earth. Somos peregrinos, poco a poco, little by little. Vamos a llegar. We're going to make it. Bye, y'all.